Hello, dear children. I believe that you have watched the videos of double column cache book, single column cache book, and triple column cache book. Now we are continuing with the cache book only, but this cache book or petty cache book is something different from other types of typical cache book. Okay, so what is petty cache book? Now, when we already have single column, okay, double column, and triple column, okay, three types of cache book, then why we need an extra, okay, a separate type of cache book known as the petty cache book? Why? Because in an organization, okay, a very large organization, the miscellaneous items or the small expenses are to be recorded separately. Okay, they wish to record those miscellaneous or the petty expenses separately. So for recording such type of petty expenses, or which are of little amount, okay, which are of the small value, then they record separately. Okay, then we need a separate cache book. So that cache book is known as a petty cache book. Okay. Now, what are the types of the cache book? I mean, petty cache book. So the types of petty cache books are three. Okay. Normally, you will see two types of cache book. Okay. I don't know whether it's written more than two also in your book. Okay. But I'm explaining you this three types of petty cache book, whereas we will focus only in the impressed petty cache book. Okay. Now, simple petty cache book. This simple petty cache book is quite similar to the cache book, that is this. Okay, and in the simple petty cache book, it will be, I mean, there will be only amount received column. Okay, this CB folio, and this date, particulars, voucher number, and total. That's it. Okay, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, only 6 columns will be there. Okay. So that type of petty cache book is known as the simple petty cache book, and you don't have to worry about this balance and all. Okay, there may be a balance, there may not be a balance. Okay, and in the simple petty cache book, that impressed money may or may not be there. Okay, but when you don't analyze these expenses separately, or when you just write these 6 columns, then that is called the simple petty cache book. Okay, and in this columnar petty cache book, or you can say this analytical petty cache book, you prepare the analysis table. Okay, postage and stationery, traveling expenses, carriage, office expenses. Okay, there can be other tables also, like miscellaneous expenses. Okay, there can be that one more column out here. Okay, the fifth column for analysis. Now, why we need this analysis or various columns of petty cache book? This analytical petty cache book is very much useful because we can say ultimately, okay, in total, that this we can say at the end, okay, that the total of the postage and stationery was 57.85. For traveling expenses, the total was 33.6. For carriage, the total was 47.70. and for office expenses the total was 55. Okay, but in this simple petty cash book, these columns are not present, first of all. Okay, so only these 6 columns will be present in the simple petty cash book. So from this particular information, it will be very difficult for us to identify or explain how much was paid for stationery, okay, how much was paid for traveling expenses separately, okay, for carriage and for office expenses. From this simple column, simple petty cash book, we won't be able to explain how much is paid for these expenses separately. But if we prepare an analytical table out here, okay, then we will be able to explain easily that for each type of expenses how much money was paid, okay, separately. So these are the types of the petty cash book, okay, in general. Now what is this impressed petty cash book? This impressed petty cash book is actually the you can say a different version of analytical petty cash book or columnar petty cash book, whatever you say. Okay, remember, impressed petty cash book, whenever you prepare impressed petty cash book, you will prepare this analytical table also. Okay, you have to prepare analytical table, you have to prepare, okay, you have to prepare varieties of columns, okay, but you will apply this impressed system. Okay, so basically in a columnar petty cash book or analytical petty cash book, if you apply impressed system, then it will be called impressed petty cash book. So what is impressed system? An impressed system of petty cash means that the general account of petty cash will remain constant. So what does it mean? As I already explained before, that in a petty cash book we record small items, okay, small expenditures or miscellaneous expenditures, which are not directly related to the business. Okay, they are indirectly, however, they are related to the business indirectly, but directly they are not related. And sometimes these expenses may also include T expenses. Okay, so whenever this T expenses will occur, you can make one more column out here. You can write refreshments, okay, refreshments and entertainment column. So depending upon the nature of the transactions, you can make the columns. Okay, and these expenditures like T expenses, okay, postage and stamps, okay, this traveling expenses, the manager will not be interested to increase the amount every month. Okay, their main objective will be to be cost effective. Okay, they want to reduce the cost so that the price of the commodity can be less. Okay, if you are purchasing any commodity for rupees 10,000, 20,000, okay, 30,000, why you are paying such a huge amount for a particular commodity? Okay, like you pay 10,000, 15,000 for a normal Android mobile phone, but you are paying uh, many thousands or lakhs for iPhone. Why? Why are you paying so much of money? Because the cost involved in the making of iPhone is higher than the normal Android mobile phones like MI, Realme, Vivo, Oppo, Samsung, okay, whatever. Even yeah, in Samsung we have varieties of categories. Okay, so depending upon the model number, the prices it goes up. So as an organization, okay, as a firm, their main objective will be to be cost effective so that they can reduce the cost, okay, and they can earn huge amount of profit, okay. Or they may have the objective of reducing the cost as well as reducing the selling price so that they can maximize their sale volume. So depending upon the motive, okay, motive of the organization, they will reduce or increase the cost as well as the sale price, okay, just to get that profit margin, okay. So everything is all about this profit only. So in an organization, manager will not be interested to increase the price of these petty expenses, okay. So a petty cashier will be provided a fixed amount of money, let us say 1000. So every month 1000 will be paid to that particular petty cashier, and with that 1000, after having that 1000 rupees in his hand, he can start recording the petty expenses, okay. So every month, this according to this system, Impress system, every month before you start recording the transactions in the petty cash book, there must be 1000 in his pocket, okay. Let us say from last month there was a balance of 100 rupees in his hand, okay. So how much extra is needed to make this 100 into 1000? 900 is needed. So he will be given 900. So from 900, sorry, from this amount, 900 plus 100, it has now become 1000. So the petty cashier will now start recording the petty expenses, okay. Under this system, Impress system, uh, until and unless if the Impress amount has not been collected, he won't be able to start recording the petty expenses in the petty cash book, okay. So Impress system is a type of a system which deals with the constant amount of money for the petty cash, okay. So we will solve only this impressed petty cash book, okay. This simple petty cash book hardly people use, okay, whereas this columnar petty cash book or analytical petty cash book is a very simple type, okay, but we will uh, follow the impressed petty cash book only, okay. As you can see the questions out here, this question number 1, okay, starting from question number 1, uh, this question number 1 you can see, then again you can see this question number 3, okay, question number 4, okay, question number 5, it's the same thing, that is the impressed petty cash book. So let us start from question number 4. You can solve question number 1, 2, 3 and the other remaining questions of petty cash book on your own, okay. So sometimes in the question you will be provided with the list of the columns to be prepared, like in question number 4, you are already provided with the list of the columns. You can read the first line, rule a petty cash book with 4 analysis columns. So this 4 columns are postage and stationery, traveling expenses, carriage and office expenses, okay. It is already mentioned, but in some questions it may not be mentioned, okay, like in question number 3 it's not mentioned clearly, okay. So you have to group the expenses together, okay. You will see the expense, okay, which are like which can be grouped together. So this like if you see this question number 3, just go through the expenses, okay, and then you can group them together to form this column, okay. So I'm continuing with question number 4, okay. So let us see the question. Okay, this columns needs to be prepared, and the book is kept on the impressed system, the amount of impressed being 250. So the impressed amount is 250. Okay, remember that in mind. Now we have to prepare the format. Now this is the format of petty cash book. Okay, so this petty cash book, question number 4. Question number 4. Okay, so this is your opening date, January 4, petty cash in hand, and on 4th only received cash to make up the impressed. Normally, we know that every month it starts from the 1st of any month, but in this particular question, the date is given 4. Okay, so on 4th, there is a petty cash balance of rupees 30. Okay, and whatever the money that you will receive, you will record towards the debit side out here. Okay, this received amount will be out here. Okay, and your expenses will be out here, and you will record the items out here only, I mean the particulars. Okay, but unlike in the what do you say, mm, the typical cash book, there used to be the two columns, isn't it? One for the receipt, one for the expenses, isn't it? But in the petty cash book, there is only one particular column. Okay, so in one particular column, we will record both receipt as well as the expenses. Okay, now question number 4, petty cash in hand, to balance BD 30 rupees. Okay, and the impressed amount is how much? 250. So 30 rupees is already in your hand. So how much extra you need to make the impressed amount? 220 rupees. 220. Okay, 220. So you will receive 220, because in the question it is mentioned received cash to make up the impressed. But how much money was received? Impressed amount is already given, 250. So 250 minus 30 will be 220. So 220 is received. So you will receive. Okay, so you will write to cash account, and you write the amount out here, 220. Now 30 plus 220 is 250. Now we have the impressed amount, isn't it? Hence, the petty cashier will be able to record the transactions in the book. Okay, and on 4th, he bought stamps of rupees 30. Okay, 30.00. Okay, 30.00. Okay, so you will write buy. Remember, for a balance and when you receive the money, okay, for balance and the receipt, you will write 2, but for the expenses, you will write buy. Okay, because we have only one single column for particulars. Okay, so buy stamps, that is the expenditure made on 4th only. Okay, so I'm not writing dates for this cash receipt and the stamps, because all these 3 transactions are on 4th of January. And again for 5th, as you can see out here, for bus fares and the shorthand notebook, I'm not writing any kind of dates out here. Why? Because these transactions are also on the same date. Okay, so when the transactions, I mean when there are multiple transactions on the same date, no need to write the date again and again. Okay, for multiple transactions on the same date. So you will write buy stamps, okay, 30 rupees out here. And in the postage and stationery column, you just fit the amount, 30 rupees, because stamps is related with the postage. Okay, now on 5th, buy railway fares. Buy railway fares rupees 19.40. Okay, now this railway fares is related with traveling expenses. So you will write in the traveling expenses column 19.40. Okay, then after that we have bus fares. So write buy bus fares 7.10. So this bus fares are also related to traveling expenses. 7.10. You write in the traveling expenses column. Okay. And after that, you have buy shorthand notebook. You will write in the amount, I mean this total column. Okay. Then write in the postage and stationery, because this postage and stationery are combined together. Okay, so for postage, stamps and envelopes are there. Okay, and for stationery, you can write the shorthand notebook, because stationeries are being consumed. Okay, so you can either fit this shorthand notebook in the office expense also, but I have included in the postage and stationery column, because this is a shorthand notebook where you write the notes. Okay, because the notes, they get finished after a certain point of time, isn't it? So you need to buy it again and again. So stationery, assuming it to be a stationery, I have included out here. Okay, 18.50. Now on 6th, paid carriage on small parcels, 12.30. So buy carriage on 6th, 12.30. And this carriage you will record in the carriage column. Okay, it has a separate column for carriage. Sorry, I forgot to use the highlighter, by the way. So till carriage, okay, so till carriage we have finished. Now paid bus fares rupees 2.30. So buy bus fares 2.30 in the traveling expenses and also in the total column. Okay, first you write in the total column and then you include the same item in the traveling expenses. Okay, so you have to write the same amount twice. Once in the total column, because in total everything will come. Okay, all the items will be recorded, but in this analytical table you will include them. Okay, separately. Again, this railway fares, okay, in total 4.80. This railway fares in the traveling expenses column, 4.80. Okay, envelopes, postage and stationery, 9.35. Okay, this repairs. Now for repairs, there is no such particular column. Okay, postage and stationery, traveling expenses. Okay, so this repairs, it cannot be included in the postage and stationery. Again, repairs cannot be included in the traveling expenses. Again, this repairs, it cannot be included in the carriage also. So repairs we can include in the office expenses. 25. Okay, by carrier, it's related with carriage, 35.40. Okay, and this office cleaner, you will include in the office expenses column. Okay, so what you will do at the end, you will just draw a single line out here. Okay, you will just draw a single line. Okay, drawing lines in accounts is very, very important. Okay, so you will draw a single line out here. Okay, and after that what you will do is that you will find the total of all these items. It will be 194.15. Okay, so after that what you will do, you will leave a space out here. Okay, for writing buy balance CD. Okay, on 31st of this January. Okay, so after writing 194.15, you will leave a space out here. Okay, and then draw a single line, which I have drawn out here. Single line. Okay, but after leaving a space, because we have to write some balance out here. And this total should be in the same line. Okay, so 30 plus 20, sorry, 220, it will be 250. So you draw a single line out here and write 250. And this 250 is the total amount. So since it is a total amount, you have to draw double lines out here. Okay, many of you have not drawn this double line while doing the project work. Okay, so this 250, so this is the same total, so it should come here. Okay, and this totals should lie on the same plane. Some of you have written in the project work this total to be out here, and the total of the debit side is out here. That's not good. Total of both debit side and the credit side should lie on the same plane. Okay, some of you have written total to be out here, and this total is out here, so it's mismatching. Okay, so this total should lie on the same plane. Please make sure that. Okay, and we have written 250 out here, isn't it? So what do we write out here? We have left a space out here, isn't it? So 250 minus 194.15 will be how much? It will be 55.85. So this is how we will find balance CD, and this balance CD will be on the last date of the month. So since it is January, we will write 31st. Okay, and what you will do next is just find the total of each and every single column out here. Okay, just find the totals. Okay, for postage and stationery 57.85, this traveling expenses 33.6, for carriage it is 47.70. Okay, 55 for the office expenses. Okay, and what you have to do, you have to bring down this CD down out here. Okay, you will write two balance BD on 1st of February. Okay, and the balance is 55.85, so you will write the balance out here, 55.85 on 1st of February, to balance BD to be 55.85, and this completes your petty cash book. Question number 4.